Creating and executing Windows command files, basic commands and syntax. This video describes basic batch file commands, including the echo, set, and if commands, and also describes arithmetic and comparison operations. You are watching a Tom's Tech Notes video. If you like this video, please wait until you are finished watching it, then click my name, Thomas Wallace, to visit my channel page. A welcome video will play to describe my other videos. This code example illustrates a few of the features of the command line processor. Comments are entered by beginning the line with 2 colons, or by beginning a line with the letters REM. I'm showing you the batch file that was executed and the output of that batch file when it executed. This is the output of the command line interpreter. This is the text that's in the .bat file. Notice that the comments that begin with the colons do not appear in the output file. There's a command called echo and there's an option called echo, and the echo option is currently turned on. You can turn it on and off by saying echo on or echo off. It is currently on. That means that each command that is about to be executed will first be listed before it's executed. So the rem comment command is echoed to the output file, but does not produce any output because it is a comment command. It does not produce anything. The next line down is an echo command. That does execute and that does write this text to the output file. So you see the echo command echoed or copied to the output file. Then you see the result of the echo command, which is this line displays, shown on the next line. Then we turn the echo option off. That means that the commands won't be copied to the output before they're executed. So then echo high, you don't see a line over here that says echo high, but you do see the line of output produced by the echo command that starts with the word high. Hi there, I'm an Epteryx, a winged bird with hairy feathers. Then I turn the echo back on. And now this command will echo to the output file, and then the output will show in the output file. So here's the echo of the command itself, and then here's the output of the echo command. This also illustrates that capitalization doesn't matter for most of the features in the batch command processor. It said, oh, that's a fine command, I don't care what the capitalization is. Now the pause command is an interesting command. If it were not there, and you didn't have any errors here, all these commands would execute, and after the last command executed, the output file would disappear. It would close. But the pause command says, don't do anything until the user pushes a key on the keyboard. So the output file is still there because it's waiting for me to push a key to finish the pause command. And once you do push a key, then that output file will disappear, and I'll show you that in a second. But the pause command is very useful because when you're debugging a command file, a lot of the different errors that can come up in your code will cause the command file to close, and then you will have no idea what the error was or where you even were in the code when it crashed. So what you do is you sprinkle pauses through the code to try to isolate what's causing the window to disappear, in other words, where the coding errors are. So I would if for instance there was an error in this line and it was causing the output file to disappear, I would put a pause right before that line. Actually, I'd put a bunch of pauses up there and eliminate them as I got through the code without any errors. And then I'd have a pause right here to stop the processing before this line executed. Then I would examine this line very closely to find the error and fix it, then try it again, and if I get further in the code, then I'd get rid of that pause command and stick one in somewhere else if I'm still having a problem. So if the output of the file is important to you, you always put a pause at the bottom so that it's there and you can read it before you push that key. The next code example will illustrate these features. Using variables and expressions. Variable names can contain any characters except an equal, but you're better off if you don't put any colons in, and I prefer to just use letters, numbers, and underscores, and no spaces. That'll just keep you out of trouble. The set command initializes variables and sets variables to calculated values. Set must be followed by /a if the command includes an expression. Arithmetic operations are performed by the symbols plus, minus, the multiplication sign, the divide sign or forward slash, and the percent sign for modulus. When executing commands with the command prompt feature, use a single percent for modulus. When executing commands from a batch file, use 2% signs for modulus. The comparison operations are performed by the letters EQU equal, NEQ not equal, LSS less than, LEQ less than or equal, GTR greater than, GEQ greater than or equal. The arithmetic operations can be used with the set/a command, while the comparison operations are used with the if command. And here is what an if command looks like. You can have the one-line form where it's if, some sort of a comparison expression, and then the command singular to perform if the condition is true. The form you use if you want multiple lines of code executed when it's true is if comparison operation, open parens, one or more lines of code. Each line of code stays on a single line, and then after the last code line, the closing parenthesis. There are other forms of the if that we will be going over later, but the code example will show this one. Here's a code example that uses a lot of the new features we're talking about in this video. I'm going to go over it in great detail. The detail level will be reduced in further videos as you become familiar with the syntax. The first instruction, set/a b equals 6, you probably don't need the /a since there is no expression on the right side of the equals. Doesn't produce any output in the output file. Echo %b% will show us a common error. It gets substituted as 6 before it's executed. The b does. So here's the instruction, but that's not a legal instruction because there's no space between the echo and the 6, and that's what the error message says. Likewise, here's another expression with the same error. It has echo and a b with no space. You need a space after the word echo so the echo command will be recognized. Here's a valid command, echo a space and the %b. Notice that it has been substituted when the command is listed. And then when the command executes, it displays 6, which is right here. This is to illustrate that the first character after the equals is part of the text. And there is no space here. That means there is no space in front of the this is text. The next command is echo 3x's and the b value, and the current b value was set here. It's this text, which is preceded by 2 spaces. Remember, if this doesn't start right after the equals, any spaces here are part of the text. So this text has 2 spaces in front of it. So when I echo the text, the 3 spaces are shown before the text, and when you echo that, the 3 x's and the text, the 3 x's followed by the b, you see what echoes is there are the 2 spaces there because the b itself has 2 spaces in it. Then we set c equal 10, and then we do have an expression here, so we do need the /a after the set, and we set c equal to 10 divided by 3, and when the command is echoed, when that command is echoed, it's already substituted the 10, so it's C equals 10 divided by 3. So that's what C gets set to there, and now we're going to echo the value of C, and when we do that, we see that C is 3. Now I'm setting up some variables for some more complicated expressions. I'm going to set C to 8. Again, you don't need the /A here. Then I echo it. That's fine. You know how that works. Then I set E to 15. Then I do a set /A and set D to the sum of C and E. And that's 8 and 15. That's 23. So let's see what it shows over here. There's the 8. There's the command echoed. And now we're going to show the result. We're going to echo D, and D is 23. It's been substituted in the echo of the command, and then when the command executes, it displays D equals 23. So now we're going to do a comparison. If E is less than C, which is 15 less than 8, that's a false statement. 15 is not less than 8. So let's find the command. If 15 less than 8, that's a false statement. This is the echo of the command, echo B is less than C, but it doesn't output. That means since it was a false statement, the echo did not execute, so there is no line here that says B is less than C. Remember, this is the echo of the command, but the command didn't get executed. Now I compare E and D. And let's look at the instruction. That's the GTR. Here it is. If 15 greater than 23, that's a false statement, then I would just echo this line that says E, G, E, D, but the line didn't execute, so there's no output here. Remember, if it executed, I'd have a line that said E, G, E, D, and it's not there because this is false. 15 is not greater than 23. We're going to compare two strings, and we're going to use double equal to do that. And we had to put the variables in quotes. So this says if the string B equal the string F, but this says not. So it really means is the string B not equal to the string F. Let's see what those are. B is, this is text preceded by two spaces, and F is, this is more text. Those are not equal text strings. And the test says if they're not equal, do this. And this says echo 1 and echo 2. And that's a true statement. They're not equal. So it should echo 1 and 2. And when we look at the results of that test, we find that yes, it echoed because there's the 1 and the 2. That's the end of this example, and the further examples I will not keep going over syntax and instructions that we've done before. I won't go over them in so much detail. I'll go over them faster, and I'll go over the new features in more detail. Thanks for watching my video. If you like this video, please click my name, Thomas Wallace, to visit my channel page to watch my other videos.